Hello, everyone. We are going to just be looking into the why in the CLANCY case. She's the Massachusetts mom accused of killing her 3 children. There is a lot of talk about mental health being a factor, postpartum being a factor. Essentially, she killed her 3 children and then jumped out the window and tried to take her own life as well. Her husband came home and found this scene, and Lindsay, I believe, is still in the hospital. I believe she's paralyzed. I am not recording this as a video because I am having the worst allergies, and I'm probably going to need to pause and sneeze about 30 times. So it's easier just to do that with voice recording instead of camera, because then I have to, I don't know, I just feel like it's easier. So and this reading is not to try and figure anything out in terms of what happened or how it happened, because I feel like we know that, right? I just want to look into my opinion, if I feel as though this was a planned attack or if it was a mental health break. Also, there was a lot of medications that she was on. Her husband had tried to get help, saying that she was being over-medicated. So I just want to see what I get. I'm going to pull 2 rows of 5. The Hermit. 2 of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Wands reversed. So in this first row, we see the Hermit, that she felt very alone. She felt very, especially because the Hermit is next to the 2 of Wands being reversed, which is about not really feeling like, not wanting to take the chance to get the help that she really needed by expressing herself in the way that would have helped. So I think that she knew that there was something deeper going on, but she felt that by saying it out loud, it would take away her ability to choose what happened for herself, and it would instead be like others telling her what she needed to do. I think that was a problem here. The Page of Pentacles being reversed is saying to me that just essentially confirming that, yes, she knew that there was something going on that was deeper, that she could not. It's almost like she knew that the help that she was getting was not working, but didn't know how to vocalize that. The Queen of Pentacles and the reversed 7 of Wands it's giving me this image of quicksand, like just feeling like she was going down in the quicksand and just was so tired of trying to keep herself afloat, I guess you would say, afloat, I don't know, up in the quicksand, that she kind of just let go, and this quicksand just like took her down. All right, let's see what's in the second row. King of Cups reversed. 4 of Pentacles reversed. 8 of Cups reversed, 3 of Pentacles, and reversed 4 of Swords. So the King of Cups reversed underneath of the Hermit is saying to me that I feel as though she felt that she could not vocalize fully to her husband what she was feeling. I'm not seeing it as him doing anything wrong to her at all. I'm just seeing that. And honestly, I'm not even seeing it being his fault that she felt like she couldn't open up. I just feel like it got too deep, that she didn't know how. It's like a throat chakra blockage. It's like she didn't know how to vocalize it. And I think that the reason that she wasn't able to vocalize it is, I think, a lot to do with, she knew that if she vocalized how she was really feeling, that she would be required to do like help or something on someone else's terms instead of her own. And I think that giving up that control was the problem here, that kept her from being able to fully vocalize how she was feeling. Then we see the 8 of Cups reversed, which is about not learning from a previous lesson. So should have known better, had the opportunity to know better. I do feel like this was, so she has 3 children, had 3 children. I don't feel as though this postpartum element is new. I just think that last time she felt it, she did not vocalize it. It may be something that she hid very well, but the 3 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords is reversed at the end here. So the 4 of Swords being reversed underneath of the 7 of Wands being reversed. The 7 of Wands reversed is exhaustion. And then the 4 of Swords reversed is also like being very exhausted and burnt out. And that is how we ended both of the rows. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles right next to that. So I feel as though this is painting the picture that she experienced postpartum with a previous pregnancy and birth, but she completely hid it, or at least did not speak up about how bad it was. But it faded last time. She handled it last time. But this time I feel as though there's some reason that she really feared losing control over her routine. Like, if she were to vocalize how she really felt, she would be admitted to a mental facility until she got better. I know that she did go in for a period of time, but I feel like everything that needed to come out of her was not expressed because she wanted to not be almost like she didn't want to feel like she was in like a jail. Like, she wanted to have the freedom to still do her daily routines. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that she had 3 children and not just 1. I do feel as though the original postpartum was in her first pregnancy. I don't think the second one was as bad, but I think that the third one, and this isn't making an excuse for her at all, but I do see that she was dealing with a lot that she did not know how to express. And I think that being on all the medication she was on made that even worse. I feel as though the medication she was on numbed her ability to realize how badly she was being affected by certain things. And those things don't just go away if you're not consciously aware of them. They still are there. Emotions are energy in motion. So when that energy is not moving, it creates blockages. Blockages create chaos at times, and that's what we see here. And I'm not making an excuse for her. I'm just telling you what I see. I do see that it's almost like she was imprisoned in her own throat chakra. Like, she wanted to vocalize how she truly felt, but she was only ever able to show like 10% of the feelings that she felt. And that 90% came back to bite her, because it's seeming like, in terms of, do I see a mental break? No. I don't see one moment of I don't see like a switch flipping. I see this more of a downhill snowball effect, where as time goes, the snowball just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But she was hiding this snowball because she wanted to stay in control of her day-to-day life. And it's almost ironic in a way, because it's like she wanted to sacrifice her mental health for her children, because she wanted to stay around her children at the expense of her mental health, even though what she needed was to sacrifice her time with her children so that she could get help for her mental health. And I'm not even saying that she had good intentions with doing that. It feels like a selfish energy, but it feels like the selfish energy has stemmed from this feeling of needing from this feeling that she needed to protect herself. And I think that feeling of protecting herself was because her thoughts had gotten so dark that she was not able to express that in a way that wouldn't get her locked up in a mental facility. I think she knew that she needed that, and she ignored the fact that she needed that. Partially, do I feel like this is due to being over-medicated? I do. Yes, I absolutely do. But I feel like she was over-medicated in lieu of just dumping out all of her feelings and going into the mental facility. And what I mean by that is, if she would have just said everything that she was feeling, let it all out, she would have been put in a mental facility, but she would have gotten help on working through those emotions. While instead what happened was she held them in, they festered and created a major problem. And instead of working through them, how I said emotions are energy in motion, she made it so that there's no movement. And then she numbed those feelings the best that she could with the medication that she was put on by the direction of the doctor staff. But that's what happened, though, is that instead of working through and releasing the feelings she was keeping inside, she medicated those feelings to try and numb them. I think that that's why she was on so many medications, is because those feelings were so big that she had to keep adding more after her body adjusted, or the medical staff suggested adding more each time her body adjusted, because there was so much that she was holding in. It was almost like a pressure cooker. And every time another medication was added, it was like the pressure cooker got turned down a little bit. But over an extended period of time, even if you turn it down, it's still a pressure cooker. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm going to pull 3 more cards just to wrap it up. We have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is really just confirming what I just said, because the Chariot would be movement or working towards a goal. The Ace of Cups would be the outpour of emotions that she needed to do. And then the Page of Cups would be representing what happened to the children. So what needed to happen here was her talk about what it was that she was holding in, not numb it. Because numbing it did not make it go away and resulted in what we see that has happened. This is very challenging, right? This is a very challenging thing to have an opinion on, because I definitely can see this from multiple sides, but I'm not making excuses for her. I know a lot of people want to know, is she at fault? Like, should she be held responsible for this? And again, this is all just my opinion. I'd put it like this. She came to a realization at some point that her thoughts were going to cause a very big problem for her. I don't know if it was from her own choice. I don't know if it was through the advice of the medical staff. I don't know if it was from family and friends' suggestions. But she had a choice. Am I going to release whatever it is that I'm truly feeling, knowing that there may be temporary uncomfortable consequences? Or am I going to numb it and roll the dice and see if it works or not? Somehow she aligned with the choice of numbing what needed to be released. I pulled Strength and King of Wands. I unfortunately do feel as though it was more than likely the guidance or direction of her doctor that led her to over-medicate instead of finding another way to work through the emotions instead of bury them. This is just a sad case overall. But But I just wanted to do a short reading just to see, because I know a lot of people are curious. I guess that my intention for this reading is to help that when you're hearing or looking at this case, to kind of look at it using this information so that you can come from a place of compassion, I guess, to how someone could make such an unbelievably horrible decision. And this is no excuse for her. It's just what I see in the background energy behind what led to this tragedy. I will talk to you soon.